All right, that is study number 8 from Giuliani's 120 right-hand studies. So download the PDF so you can have it in tabs and sheet music, as well as going over what chords we're playing in that with some chord graphs. Now, let's touch that. We're doing C in a G7 over B chord. Okay, so it's just a G7 chord with a B in the bass is what we're playing there. Okay. Now, let's talk about a few things just before we get started. Tone is really important, okay? If you can play this exercise but you don't sound good, then there's not a whole lot of point in playing it. And so we're going to touch that up. Watch my finger here. It's pretty tinny. The tone really thickens up. It warms up really as I turn it. And what that is it's getting the flesh and the nail of my finger, okay? And so that's really helping out in this picking, okay? Okay, so you're wanting to sound really good. Also, these are classical studies, and you can see that I'm not playing a nylon string classical guitar. That's because these studies really transfer over to all sorts of guitars. And I think, and personally, that anyone who's a guitar player should study all 120 of these. They're really going to help your technique so much. They're really in depth, and we go more in depth at iteachguitarstudios.com with these as well. And so now let's get started with the arpeggio. So we're on C, okay, and we're going to be playing. Right now, I'm going to give you the names of the strings, not the names of the notes that I'm playing. Okay, so just hold your C chord down, and it should sound. We have the A string, the E string, and the G string, okay? And I'm using my first, second, and my fourth finger, okay? You could write this out in guitar notation as P-I-A, okay? Okay, and then we have P-I-M. Okay, so those are the fingers we're going to be using. All right, so now let's go with the strings. A, E, G, D, B, G. Okay, and then we go to B. When I said B, I was referring to the bass note. We're walking down from C to B. It's a G7 chord, like I said earlier. All right, so here is how the study is going to work. Let me play it slow for you. All right, you don't want to pick from just the tip of your finger. You want to pick from your entire finger, okay? You want to really dig in, okay, and give some energy to what you're playing. You don't want it to sound weak, and you also want it to project out far, okay? So if you have acoustic guitar and it's not plugged in, you obviously want it to project to your audience. But you also want the energy of the projection to come through the pickups. And so that becomes applicable for anyone with an electronic in their guitar. So electric guitars, nylon string with electronics in it, or acoustic strings with electronic, or acoustic guitars, steel string with electronics in it. Okay. And so make sure you're working on this exercise. I hope this really helps you, and really helps you with your technique. Don't feel stuck to just playing it over these chords. Okay, you can practice it if your left hand gets really tired, blisters, whatever, depending on how much you practice. You can literally just play it with your right hand. Okay, you want to be able to get your right hand practicing all the time, and when it gets tired, then maybe just practice right here, switching back and forth from these chords. Okay. Now, you also want to use different chords. Okay, so feel free to apply. Okay, so that wasn't just Giuliani's 1/5 cadence that he was doing. Okay, and so hope this helps. If you have any questions, make sure you use the questions and answer tab at iteachguitarstudios.com and get a hold of me. I want to help, and let me know. All right.